Imagine a group of people living in a cave. They have been there since birth, unable to leave. Chained in place, they can only look at the wall in front of them. Behind them, a fire burns. This is the setting for Plato's Allegory of the Cave, a story about the nature of knowledge and reality. Plato uses this story to show us that what we see and believe isn't always the full truth.
The shadows on the wall, they seem so real. It's almost as if they have a life of their own, moving and shifting in ways that captivate our senses. We can't help but be drawn to them, believing in their authenticity.
Yes, these shadows are all we've ever known. Our entire reality is based on these fleeting images. We discuss them, analyze them, and even find comfort in their familiarity.
The prisoners in the cave see shadows on the wall. They are chained in such a way that they cannot turn their heads to see anything else. Their world is limited to these shadows. These shadows are cast by objects passing in front of the fire. The firelight creates silhouettes that dance on the wall, forming the prisoners' only perception of reality. The prisoners have never seen the real objects, only their shadows. They are unaware of the true forms that exist beyond their limited view. They believe these shadows are real because they have never known anything else. Their entire understanding of the world is based on these illusions.
Watch as I create more shapes. With just a flick of my fingers, I can form animals, people, and objects. To the prisoners, these shapes are as real as anything they have ever known. They believe these are the true forms. They point and marvel at the shapes, convinced that they are witnessing reality.
The prisoners talk about the shadows, debating their meanings and significance. They create stories and theories based on these fleeting images, giving them names and meanings. Each shadow is given an identity, a purpose, and a place in their constructed reality. They think they understand the world based on these shadows. To them, the shadows are the ultimate truth, the foundation of their knowledge. This is how Plato describes people who are trapped in ignorance. They're confined to a limited perspective, unable to see beyond the shadows. They mistake appearances for reality. Their entire existence is based on illusions, and they are unaware of the true world that lies beyond their perception. Plato then imagines a prisoner breaking free from the chains that have bound him for so long. These chains represent ignorance and the limitations imposed by a lack of understanding. This prisoner represents a seeker of truth, someone who yearns to understand the deeper meanings of life and existence.
The light, it's so bright. It hurts my eyes, but this pain is a necessary part of the journey. But I must see what lies beyond. I must push through the discomfort to discover the truth.
The journey out of the cave is difficult and painful. Each step is a struggle, but it is a necessary struggle for enlightenment. The prisoner is initially blinded by the light of the sun outside. This light represents knowledge and truth, which can be overwhelming at first. However, slowly his eyes adjust and he begins to see the world as it truly is, and he begins to see the real world. The beauty and complexity of reality start to unfold before him.
Trees, flowers, the sun. I see them for the first time. The world is more vibrant and alive than I ever imagined. I see them for the first time. The colors, the details, everything is so clear and vivid. The shadows were mere illusions. They were a false representation of reality.
He realizes that the shadows were mere illusions, a deceptive facade that kept him from understanding the true nature of the world. He has achieved true knowledge. This enlightenment brings a profound sense of clarity and purpose. Section 4. The Cave and Our World. The escaped prisoner's journey represents our own journey towards knowledge. We are often like the prisoners in the cave, clinging to our limited beliefs and perceptions. We may be content with the shadows, unaware of a deeper reality. For example, we might believe everything we see on social media without questioning its truth. Or we might stick to our opinions even when presented with new information. Section 5. Plato's Cave in the Digital Age. Plato's allegory is even more relevant today in our age of information overload. In the digital age, we are constantly surrounded by screens and devices that feed us a never-ending stream of data. From the moment we wake up to the time we go to bed, we are inundated with notifications, updates, and alerts. We are bombarded with news, opinions, and images from various sources. Social media platforms, news websites, and television channels compete for our attention, each presenting their version of reality. This constant barrage can be overwhelming and confusing. It's easy to get lost in this sea of information and mistake it for knowledge. The sheer volume of content can make it difficult to discern what is true and what is false. We may find ourselves trapped in echo chambers, only hearing what we want to hear. Plato reminds us to be critical thinkers, to question what we see and hear. In a world where misinformation can spread like wildfire, it is more important than ever to seek out reliable sources and verify facts. We must take the time to reflect and analyze the information presented to us. We should strive to break free from the chains of ignorance and seek the light of true knowledge. This journey requires effort and determination, but the rewards are immense. By seeking truth, we can gain a deeper understanding of the world and our place in it. Just like the escaped prisoner, we may find the journey challenging, but the reward is a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. The path to enlightenment is not easy, but it is a journey worth taking. By embracing critical thinking and seeking knowledge, we can break free from the shadows and step into the light.